Hi there. Today I'm going to show you how to take your measurements, your body measurements, and track them so that you can do them every fortnight or every month.
So here I'm taking the measurements of my left bicep. I always measure my left side, only do one side, but you can do both. Here it's really important to try and get to the biggest part of the muscle, the biggest circumference. So as you can see, I just move it up a little bit to get it right, and then read the measurements on the tape measure. You can write your measurements down on a piece of paper and then put them in the app, or you can put them directly in the app. It's completely up to you. So here we are doing a chest measurement. Once again, we try and get right through the center of the chest and make sure that it's even around the back and it's got no puckering or anything around the clothes. It's always really important to wear the same thing every time you measure yourself, because it makes the measurements a lot more accurate. With the waist measurements, you really want to make sure you find the most narrow part around your midline. It may be just above your belly button, but try and find the narrowest part and take your measurements there. Next, we'll be doing the hip measurements. So we'll have two measurements, the higher hip bone measurement, so just trying to locate those hip bones right there and getting the measurement as accurate as possible. It is a little bit hard with this measurement. We are generally curvy quite as women, and that's where we tend to store a bit of our body fat. So it is hard to get the tape to sit well all the time. Keep your feet together while you're doing this measurement. It's very, very important. We will now be doing our lower hip measurements. So make sure those feet are together and make sure the tape measure is quite low. So we are aiming for around the pubic bone area, and we want to make sure the tape runs through the midline of our backside. So ensure the tape's flat and as close to those regions as possible. And once again, make sure those feet are together, and then take your measurement. Moving on to our thigh measurement, we need to get right up high in the thigh area. So we are looking again for the largest portion, looking from the outside and the inside. So we're looking for the thickest, meatiest part of the thigh, and that's where we'll take our measurement for this. Our final measurement will be the calf. So wrap your tape around the largest portion of the calf, which will give us the reading that we need. So once you've done this, you'll have all your measurements, and then you can transfer them into the app or track them on a tracking sheet.
So that's basically all there is to taking your body measurements. I always do my left side. You can do both sides. The app has the option that you can track left and right arms, left and right legs. There will always be a slight difference. That's why I always do one side only. Like I said, keep up to date with your measurements and your progress pictures, and you will definitely see some changes. So every fortnight, otherwise every month, and make sure you're making your gains and you're making your progresses.